Yeah.
Well, of course, I care about the environment because I mean, it's the hottest topic in today's world. People are now figuring out how to save it because due to the how the human have affected a lot, and I mean, if we don't save it, the environment will gonna be terrible and people gonna extinct. And I think that humans don't want that to be happen, so they are
Yeah.
yeah finding
So
ways to.
yeah, of course. So it's like let me ask you because you said that you do cure, and I want to know how. So how do you care about the environment? So of course you believe protecting the natural environment is really important, is
Mhm.
essential. So for different reasons, because actually it directly affects our lives. So, but
Mhm.
what and how you do it?
Okay. Well, I have done it like different ways, but there's not one time that I have the projects about the environment. We are like we collect trash over at the park, and then we use it as the decorate for our like paintings. We use it to,
Ah,
yeah, to create
very
like the pictures
so
of like.
course. So you clean up. So you
Mhm.
clean up, you take, I don't know, rubbish and track, and then you use them again to make something, something like, for example, handcrafts. So to make something, yeah, that's so actually it's like, it's kind of recycling, right?
Mhm.
So actually, you know that this way you can reduce your carbon footprint because that's really important. So what is the meaning of carbon footprint? So let me write just okay, carbon footprint. So that is the effect of carbon dioxide in our lives. Okay, and we can reduce it how? By recycling what you're doing. So that is really good and really, I think, beneficial that you recycle, you clean up, for example, parks or everywhere, and then you use these ways to make something new. So that is really good. And let me ask you another question. Do you think using public transport is another way, or for example, conserving water is another way to maybe protect the environment? Just may I ask you 1 minute, just one moment? I need to do
Okay.
something, just 1 moment. Well, thank you. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, so
Oh well. Um, I think that using the transport, like public transport, will not really help us to save the environment because it also use the gas and is could cause air pollution as well because of the
yeah,
smoke. But I think that saving water is definitely a good thing to do because um, nowadays there's I can saw that like in some countries they don't have enough waters because the effect of the environment. So
of
saving it,
course.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I do agree with you. It's like in some countries, some areas, of course, in the world, so they don't have water or lack of, they're suffering the lack of water because of some reason, of course, climate change, global warming, and different. So maybe the area and geographical, maybe, but I don't know, characteristics. So it's different reasons. And of course, we can help this way. So it's a
Mhm.
kind of maybe assistance to the the environment, maybe to our natural environment. Okay, and tell me, so you said that, okay, you help, and for example recycling, okay, and so let me ask you about reusable, I don't know, bags and bottles. So nowadays, of course, we have plastic bottles and bags and everything, but people avoid using. So first of all, tell me about your opinion. What do you think about using reusable bags or bottles or everything?
Well, okay. Well, using plastic bags or bottles is like
Yeah,
is very bad for the earth because I have done some research before and it say that plastic took take like millions or 1,000 years to
of course.
yeah. So it could like cause some real bad effect for the environment. So people nowadays avoid it and they started to use handmade uh, bags and use bottled water. Use like
Yeah, part.
I forgot how to
So
say
as you
name.
said, it's like, yeah, as you said, it take a long time. I don't know, maybe thousand or million years to actually plastic to be decomposed. So I think you mean this to break down and into simpler substance by actually, I don't know, nature. So
Mm,
something like this. So of course it takes a long time, so because of this we can't use it, so it's better not to use it. So you know that it's really important because it's directly affect environment. So yeah, and I think thousand, not million, I think thousand of years to decompose completely.
mhm.
So you can say because plastic can take, I don't know, maybe thousand of years to decompose completely. Because of this, it's better not to use. But of course, we use. We use a lot, unfortunately. So tell me about another. So of course, that is really good not to use reusable things. So for example, you have your bag, shopping bags, especially reusable shopping bags, so not plastic bags. And let me ask you about some campaigns. So nowadays, people try to run some campaigns to spread and to raise awareness among people. So what do you think about this campaign? So do you find them useful?
I don't really understand.
Let me say campaigns to raise awareness. What is it? For example, we have some environmental campaign. Okay, this campaign try to, spread awareness
Mhm.
among people, family, friends about the negative effects of, I don't know, plastic or wasting, or for example, pollution. So that is the meaning of campaign. So do you agree with this? Do you find it maybe, I don't know, useful or no?
Mm. So this mean like they are trying
Yeah,
to let other people know more about the
of course, of
um,
course, of
well,
course.
I think is a good idea to campaigns
Yeah,
raise awareness. So it let people know more about the environment and do how it's like happening right now. So also it's good for their children to go to school and they will learn more about it and they
yeah, of
in the
course.
future they will have some specific
Yeah.
ways to solve that problems. And I mean, it could help the environments be better and improve it, I think.
Yeah, of course. So people, maybe because actually everything is related to human. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, we decide what to do, what not to do. So that's really important. When we have enough information, we are aware about the consequences or the result of what we do. Of course, maybe we can be more careful about our behavior. So it's like, for example, if you know about the consequences of using plastic, so why you use it? So actually, these campaigns are like are set around to separate some environmental issues, like for example, they raise people awareness, they try to spread news about it. Okay, so this way that I think can be helpful, but of course if people accept, so that is really important. And
Mm-hmm.
tell me about environmental problems in your country. So what environmental problems you're facing in your country? Yeah.
Mm, I mean, all of it.
Yeah,
My countries
most
are the
important is,
most important is, I think, is air pollution,
of course.
especially in Hanoi. Is I remember Hanoi ranked the most polluted cities in the world.
Ah, really?
Yeah, yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
is that
And I
because it's
remember,
so crowded? Because
yeah, it's
of,
so crowded, and also there's like plenty of vehicles.
so overpopulation.
Hmm.
So we can say overpopulation in Hanoi caused overpollution.
Hmm.
So yeah, of course there are a lot of people. So of course there are lots of maybe numerous cars in the street. It's a large number of cars, and so of course traffic jam, and it leads, of course, air pollution. So
Hmm.
we can say that actually, as just it can be a really maybe is major concern. So air
Hmm.
pollution is a major concern in your country, especially some cities, like for example Hanoi. Well, and of course, it's due to overpopulation, over construction, and of
Hmm.
course, numerous cars in the streets. So a large number of cars. So in the streets, though, that is really important. And tell me about, so we have another pollution nowadays that is sea pollution.
See,
How
oh
do
yeah.
you feel? Yeah, sea pollution. So water, sea. What do
Hmm.
you feel? So tell me about your feeling when you actually, I don't know, it's like, for example, water, when you get some news about water pollution. So especially we know that some factories, industries, so especially in industrial areas. So we know that they use the ocean like, I don't know, for example, just uh, to put their waste, especially sometimes illegally. So what do you think?
Well, water pollution is causing like many things, like such as many animals at the in the waters or oceans are becoming exist. And in my countries, like in the river, some areas have really dirty, so
Oh,
there's no type of animals can live there except the virus.
of course.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. So,
so I think is could make humans have like
of
no
course.
food to eat in the future, maybe.
Yeah, of course. It can directly damage and destroy food circle, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So there won't be any sea creatures,
Mm-hmm.
water creatures, of course. I do agree. So it affects our health, food, so everything. And so tell me, how do you feel now you see this pollution? So you see that, okay, we have river, it can be really beautiful, but it's not because people made it polluted. So how do you feel when you see this pollution?
Mm, so whenever I go on holiday, I wait. Is you mean that like I I cannot really understand.
Of course, let me explain. So you go somewhere and you are
Mm,
walking the street and you have a really beautiful river, but unfortunately it's totally polluted. How do you feel when you see pollution? See pollution.
mm, well, uh, there's that one time that I went to Fui Islands. It's nearby in Fanti. Well, as I've been there twice, and the first time I've been there is not really popular, so it's not a place for attract tourism. But after a few months I went there, it's become very famous, so many people went there. And at first, it's really beautiful. It's amazing, the views and the life, the I don't know, and the water is very clear and blue.
Oh,
But then I when I come there, the last time I went there is completely kind of different from the first time I went. Is people or like the tourism destroy it a lot. They are throwing trash over the place in the waters.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it made me feel very mad about it because it used to be my one of best place to go because it's make me feel very peaceful and calm due to
yeah.
the atmosphere and the view and the life people does the life out there.
Yeah, of course, got it. So actually, uh, I feel like quite opposite about it. So, you said that the first time that you actually visited the place and you went, it was like really beautiful, pure water, clean
Mm,
water, and everything was really so picturesque view, greenery. But the second time, the last time that you went, so totally changed to a dirty, polluted place.
mhm.
So I think so. And tell me, do you think about this issue, government needs to take an action?
Well, of course, yes. I think it's a really serious problem that not not in Phú as an only, but all over the place in Vietnam are facing the same problems. So many places are being polluted by the tourism. So making the like Vietnam cultures and the like making making the foreigners make look at Vietnams and saw that Vietnams are the way to polluted countries and they will like underrated Vietnam.
So I think it's kind of, it's not only about health. I think, I don't know, it's a kind, an eyesore, like, something unattractive, unpleasant to see something like this. It's not
Mm-hmm.
beautiful anymore. As you said, it's like, it's like polluted. So I think the word eyesore can be a good example. So a good word to describe. So that is unattractive and unpleasant situation and place. So everything, like, for example, sometimes you go to the street and you see, I don't know, a building. It's so ugly. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
eyesore. So I think actually, this saying, this actually, condition can be really eyesore. So it's like, yeah, you don't want to see anymore. But of course, so they need to do something, but they don't. Yeah, unfortunately, they don't.
Mhm.
Well, now, before we keep going with the rest of us speaking, let's talk about some words about the natural environment and natural words. So, we have some words here you may heard or use, uh, maybe a few of them or maybe most of them, or you don't know. Let's see. Okay, let's check the definition together and then we can use them. So
Mhm.
the first one, okay, so let's match them one by one. So what is the meaning of aquatic? So do you have any idea? ABC, so which one? Aquatic.
I think it's E or D. E.
E, of course, living in the water, so
Mhm.
aquatic. So we have, of course, so some water creatures, so they live, they are called aquatic. And of
Mhm.
course, we have terrestrial, they're, creatures that live on land. Now, aquatic, living in the water. And array,
Array. Uh, living on land.
no. Another one,
Hmm.
for
H.
example, for example, uh, there are an array, I don't know, so there is an array of colorful flowers here. Array means,
Oh, see.
so what is
A large
C,
number.
a large number, of course. Collection, a large number. And we have defense, that is a noun.
Mm-hmm. Defense is J.
Okay, J, protection, of course. And for deforestation,
Um. Oh. M.
good job. Environment,
Mm, H.
H, no.
Oh.
I can
I.
use
I.
A.
A.
A better, of course. A is better. Okay, erosion,
What's that? Um. K.
no. Erosion is loss. This one.
Oh
Loss
yeah.
of soil from action of water or wind.
Mm-hmm.
So especially water, so we say erosion. When soil erode, that is actually the verb. So erosion is noun.
Mm-hmm.
Extend,
Um. To prevent.
extend means to get bigger, to
Oh.
reach past, to get bigger. Of course, you extend something, so which
Mm-hmm.
means you get bigger, so in larger size. And this one, extend is noun, extend is verb, so we will talk about it later. And fell, when it comes to the environment, the context of the environment, fell means,
To prevent. Slow down.
to cut down, to
Oh.
fell trees, to cut
Oh.
down. Yeah. And habitat, number 9.
Habitat. Uh. H.
Age, of course, the natural area where a plant or animal lives. Impact,
Uh. I.
strong effect, very good. Inhibit,
Mm, to to prevent.
Yeah, this one is to prevent. Yeah, you're right. To prevent or slow down. And the intercept.
Intercept. Mm, create damage to air, water.
No, no. Actually, intercept means to catch.
Oh,
Logging.
mm,
For example, we have logging industry. What is that?
oh.
Yeah, of course, the cutting down trees for some different purposes, of course, reasons. So it's logging. We have logging industry that, cause important and significant effects on the environment. So especially, so we have, so in some areas, so we have the lack of green spaces because of this industry. And we have myriad, number 14, myriad, that is many,
Mm,
numerous, many. Nutrient, you know the meaning of this word, nutrient, like mineral, vitamin, every good substance. So when food is nutrient, but here you can also say food.
oh.
Because when we say, for example, plants absorb like or get nutrient through the roots, it means they get food, vitamins, or for example protein, or for example like minerals, or everything that they need through the roots. So here nutrient means food.
Mm.
Pollution,
Damage to air, water.
of course. Stabilize,
Stabilize.
make something stable.
Oh, to disappear.
No, to keep from change. Not
Oh.
to change, stable. It means without change.
Mm-hmm.
So to keep from changing, it means stabilize. And terrestrial is the opposite of aquatic. So
Oh, prevent.
of course.
Mm-hmm.
And vanish,
Vanish. Disappear.
of course, disappear. And the last one, vegetation,
Plant.
was, yeah, plant. So now we know the meaning of these words. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
First, we have a reading, but of course, you're not going to focus on reading section, so it passes for it. So I'm not going to talk. Of course, if you like, we can practice, but because you want to practice on speaking, we have nothing to do with this one. Okay. We have word family. This one is good because sometimes you need to use different forms like noun or adjective or verb. So how to use them. So as you can see, for example, the word defense, that is a noun, protection. And we have defender, protector, and defend, protect. So they are different noun, but here we have two nouns, defense and
Mm-hmm.
defender. Defender is something or someone that defends
Mm-hmm.
something else. Defense here, actually, so it's like another noun of defend, that is protection. So here we have three form of it. And now we have environment. So you know this one, environment, environmental, environmentally.
Mm-hmm.
And erosion, that is, as I told you, loss of soil due to water or, for example, wind. And the verb is erode. So when soil erodes, we have erosion.
Mm-hmm.
Erodes and erosion. extend, 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 extensive, extensively. So extend is noun. The extent of environmental damage, when environmental damage gets bigger, okay, and what happens, of course, it has some consequences. And you know, this extent increasing of environmental damage caused by logging. And verb is extend. So of course we need to extend greeneries, green spaces. Extensive. The Amazon rainforest is the most extensive big one. And extensively, rainforests around the world have been extensively logged. So we have no more trees, as you know. It's like, you know, extensively is an adverb. So, for example, in this group, in this family words, this one is common, and extend is, as a verb is common, more common. And now we have pollution, pollutant. So you know the meaning of pollute, that is verb. So I have nothing to say about. Pollution, pollutant. Pollution, so you know, air pollution. Pollutants are actually that's really, really tiny substance in the air that cause pollution. So you know that, for example, factories add pollutant to the air. Then they make air pollution. And stabilize, stability, stable. So stabilize is verb. So we need to stabilize this damage to avoid getting bigger. To have a stable life is really important to, I don't know, for example, to consider and to balance everything. Stability, of course, again, we have another noun. Stability of the natural environment depends on being stable, the state of being stable. Well, now, we have these words. Let's fill in the blanks using the words. Number one, could you read it and tell me which one? Environment, environmental, environmentally.
Modern industry has caused damage our natural environment. Am I right?
Environment. Yeah, very good. Number two.
Uh, the air, waters are filled with pollutants.
Pollutant. Pollutants. Yeah, because you know
What?
the air and water are filled with pollutants, so they are polluted. So pollutant, of course. And number three.
One result of this acid rain, which has caused extended.
We have extend, extend, and extensive.
I
We need an
mean,
adjective here, right? Because damage, and now an adjective to describe damage.
extend.
Extensive. Extent is noun and extend is verb. Extensive is adjective. So extensive damage to vegetation in many areas. Number four.
Um, damage to the vegetation in many areas. When the large amount of vegetables died off, the environment lose stability. The second one.
We need a noun here. Loses what? Stabilize is verb.
Stable.
Stable is adjective.
Or stabilize.
So yeah, stability. So of course, the environment loses stability if there are no plants. So it won't be stable anymore. Yeah, so stable is adjective, stabilize is verb, stability is noun. And five.
If there were no plants to hold the soil, they start to
We need a verb here.
second one.
Erode, of course, erode. Yeah,
Mhm.
starts to erode, of course. Very good. And the last one,
This led to myriad problems including water pollution and habitat loss, defense, defense or defenses.
defenders,
Um,
protectors. Yeah, because if we say defenses of wildlife work hard, who? Defense work hard? No.
mhm,
So we need someone who works hard. Defense is verb, so no. Defenses and defenders. Defenders, people who defend the environment.
mhm,
So defenders of wildlife work hard to prevent further damage to natural areas. Okay?
mhm,
Is it clear?
mhm. Yep.
Well, and now let me ask you, let's move on to the speaking again. Okay, well, and now let's talk about the natural environments that you enjoy spending time in. What kind of it and why?
Um, I love going to the beach because I feel that whenever I went there, I will feel very peaceful and make my soul more calm. I don't know why, but it's make me like it reduce all of my stress, and I just want to sit there by my side, by myself, and look at the sea for like an hour.
Of course, and enjoying that peace,
Mhm.
beauty. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. So, yeah, you enjoy going to the beach and of course spending time and enjoying the scenery and the
Mhm.
view, sunrise and sunshine especially, so the peace and the calm, so without people, without the hustle and bustle of city, so there are
Mhm.
different ways that you can state your answer and you can talk. So
Mhm.
uh let's talk about, so now we have part two of speaking. So I'm going to give you just one moment. Let me give you, right, the color is purple. Let me change it so every student likes one color. Okay, I need to change it for every class. So white is better now. Let me change it to white so that you can better. Okay, so um, describe a natural place you visited. You should say where the first one, where it is, and the second one, what you did there, what natural environment was like. Explain why you remember it. Okay,
Mhm.
let me put my timer here. I give you 1 minute. No, 2 minutes. Okay. One is not enough. So I give you 2 minutes to think about it. Then when you're ready, you
Mhm.
can talk. Okay.
Okay.
Let's start. Think about it and then you can talk. You have 2 minutes to think about it. Well, ready to talk?
Okay.
Okay, okay, I want you to, okay, talk about 2 minutes. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Start.
Well, let me talk about Halong, one of the most like popular and stunning natural places in Vietnam. It's located in the northeast of Vietnam. It's nearby Hanoi. It took like a few hours to go there from Hanoi, and is like a very like big lake with blue waters and lots of like hills or mountains. Um, and Halong Bay is like oh wait, one of the things that I did there is that me and my family went on the kayaking. We start going around it, and we also go through some cave. It's really interesting because I can see a lot of like natural beauties, and it's made me feel very happy. And I know that in Vietnam there's like plenty of beautiful places, and um, the reason why I remember it is because is a time that me and my family are like enjoying together, because usually me and my family sort of don't have any specific time to spend. Everyone have their own business, so this is the perfect. It was a perfect holiday, so we spend it. So it make me feel very is a remarkable
Yeah.
to me.
Okay. 2 minutes. Good. Okay. Well, so first of all, so one unforgettable natural places you visited. So this is unforgettable because you could
Mhm.
make some memories and you don't forget, of course. Well, it was your answer. Let me say something that is really important. So if you want to achieve a higher band, so about fluency, good. So we're speaking without too many pauses. That was really good. I like it. And about the problem, and don't worry about grammar. Of course, grammar range in higher bands is really important, but it's better to focus on maybe lexical research, so vocabulary that you use. So we're using idioms to make your answer more natural is really good. So pronunciation was clear. That was good. I really like it. So grammar it was okay. So of course you focus on present tense, but it would be better if you could focus on different tenses, maybe add it. So present and past, of course, you only focus on simple tenses. And lexical research, that was good. But it's like, I don't know, maybe synonyms, maybe idioms, maybe a phrasal verb. So there are different factors that are assessed, and especially in part two and different parts. So that is the difference between maybe band 6, 7, 8, and this way. Well,
Mhm.
so for example, that was unforgettable. So of course, just one word. Okay. For example, uh, another word that you can say, one natural place I visited, and it's left a lasting impression.
Mhm.
So it's left a lasting impression. So that is it impressed me so a lot. So you can actually use another one, was this place. And then when talking, when describing, so try to add some details about that place. So for
Mhm.
example, if it's beach, if it's river, if it's, for example, mountain, no what matter where you're talking about. So for example, wow, the view was stunning.
Mhm.
Absolutely,
Stunning.
absolutely stunning. So amazing, stunning, or for example, mind blowing, mind blowing, extremely beautiful. So there are different words that you can use, and you don't need to use all of them. I want to
Mhm.
give you some alternatives to use. And for example, that place is so unique. So what made that place so unique? So what you did there actually is like, about what the natural environment was like. It was not enough. It was good, not enough. Okay, so as I told you, I wanted more about, for example, I don't know, some details so that I can actually picture it. I can have an image in my mind. So you know that in IELTS, for example, when I ask you, uh, what type of drinks you like? Okay,
Mhm.
you say, I like coffee, and of course I like orange juice, and I like, for example, this, and I think, for example, it's not bad to have coffee in the morning. So you give me some names. It's not good. You know why? Because you are making a list. I don't want to know the list of, for example, drinks. I want to assess your ability, your skills. Like for example, if you can describe, if you can state your opinion. So about the second part, I would prefer to have more details. And for example, okay, about scenery, about everything. If that place is peaceful, if that place is quiet, if, for example, I don't know about the atmosphere. You could talk about the atmosphere. And
Mhm.
the last one, why you remember. So the last part was briefly good because you had a good, actually, family moment. So that was really good. So it made it special for you. So it was like refreshing for you, refreshing break from outside or everyone, everything. So because of this, maybe it was really memorable and you never forget. So,
Mhm.
and this way you can make your answer. So you only need to add some things, okay? Well, and now let me ask you some other questions for about part three. Do you have any questions related to part one, part two?
No.
Okay, and now let's keep going with part three of speaking. Well, we talked about your country. Now it's time to talk about the issues that maybe the world today facing.
Mhm.
What are some of the main environmental issues facing the world today?
I would say that is air pollution is one of the most like common one in around the world. Any countries are facing that issues. So such as Vietnam's, uh, Thailand, or whatever. Um, this is because of the how the people have affected. People nowadays are using the vehicles are too much, causing the air pollutions, and also the some factories are reduce all of the smoke, so it makes the environment will become worse and worse. So mm, yeah.
Well, this is part three. So you know that abstract questions, abstract answers. So first of all, I ask you about, so what are my words facing? So it's not bad. So I'm giving my idea. So what is better here? So here for this question, it's not bad to paraphrase my question. So I asked, what are some of the main environmental issues facing the world today? So you can answer, of course, this way. There are several critical, important, because I said main, so there are several critical, for example, environmental issues. So this one, that's the word I want to say struggling, facing. So what word? I can say facing, I can say struggling. I also say is grappling with, facing, struggling. The word is grappling with. So what is it? One of them, as you said, is like pollution. Yes. So you can also mention, and we can say that if it's the most important, we can say one of the most pressing concerns, the most important, maybe the major importance. So let me erase. Okay. So one of the most pressing concerns is what? It's your choice. It's climate change, it's weather, it's pollution, so everything. So, and then you need to explain why do you think, for example, when you say pollution, so for example, human activities, such as, I don't know, we have an on. Now I want to add. So you said pollution, okay? And now we're going to talk about it. So how we damage the environment. So when we say, for example, we pollute, okay, how we do it, how we damage the environment and what we do. Okay, so the first one, we have illegal dumping. What is that? Dumping means to put waste, rubbish in the sea, on the street. So actually people dump. So we can say illegal dumping. So you see that factories, actually they easily use, dump their rubbish, the waste into the ocean. So that is really important. This is the first one. The second one, just let me write the meaning before I forget. So illegal dumping, that is putting waste into a landfill or sea or anywhere, of course, without permission, because this is illegal. So we say without permission. The second one is deforestation. We just learned, right? We just learned deforestation. That is really important. Then what we are doing, we are poaching. What is this? Poaching means killing endangered animals. So it's like because of the fur, because of their skin, it's not for food. They're endangered. So we know that. So we have actually, we can say a limited number of them. So we are killing them for some reasons. And then we have light pollution, we have air pollution, we have noise pollution, not only. So this is another one. And the most important, that is overuse of non-renewable resources. What is this? Oil, gas, fossil fuel. So in future, we will run out of energy because of overusing. So this is another problem. So I ask you, you answered, now explain. Okay, give some examples, then make your answer better, okay? For example, so and we just learned some other actual logging industries that affect, for example, the environment and another one, okay? So we can say that actually all these maybe factors result actually like in extreme weather. So extreme weather condition, climate change, sea level, actually rising sea level, and disruption of it to ecosystem. You say that we are destroying ecosystem. So instead of this, you can say disruption to ecosystem. So we're destroying everything. Okay, another one that you can disruption, and you know that the verb is disrupt, disruption. Okay, and rising level, sea level or level of sea because of global warming. So extreme weather, another one. Well, okay, and that's it. Now, you're like you're like just confusing too many words.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, too many words.
Also, the Wi-Fi is so like.
Okay, it's lagging. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Okay, very good. So just if you need to take notes, because you can do it, because after that I need the word, so maybe I'll erase. So if you
Okay.
need, of
Yes. Yes.
course.
I'm done. But can you? Can I have a few minutes?
Of
I need to.
course,
Yeah.
of course, yes. Just
Okay.
take your
Thank you.
time. Of course.
Okay. Hi, I'm back.
Oh, okay, welcome back. Well, so let's keep going with the next question. Okay, well, now, uh, the question number 2, how can governments protect the natural environments? How can governments protect the natural environment?
Well, there's like different ways to the government to help the improve the environment, such as uh like campaign the awareness to
Awareness, yeah, yeah,
raise
raising
awareness.
awareness, of course. Public awareness.
And yeah, or maybe make the events about to let people together, like many people to like go to somewhere to collect the trash. But the one of the most important things that government should do, and I think must do, is to make sure that the children from all age are know all of the um, issues or we are facing with environments, and like teach them how to improve that problem as well. And they'll, they will be in the future, they will help us a lot and improve the environment as well.
Yeah, of course. Very good. So, yeah, as you said, so first of all, as I told you, let's get started with paraphrasing a question. So, yes, you think that. So, first of all, we know that governments play a really important role
Mm-hmm.
in actually protecting, or okay, so protecting, now I want to change it to synonym, the environment. How to say? I say, okay, very important, significant, crucial. Now, I don't want to repeat the same words, okay, again. So I can say that, how about governments play a pivotal, very important,
Mm-hmm.
crucial, okay, role in what? In protecting, so in safeguarding
Mm-hmm.
the environment. Actually, good news is that after taking your IELTS test, you don't need these words anymore because we don't use them a lot. So just
Yeah.
like, if you travel to a country and if when you talk to native people, so you see that we don't use advanced vocabulary a lot. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
we just try to be really just idioms a lot. We use idioms, but not really complicated, like, I don't know. Because of this, some of my students who immigrated and now they're studying in actually universities and actually my country, or for example other countries, they're like,
Mm-hmm.
teacher, it's totally different. So one of my students told me that, teacher, I use some complicated and level C, like, C vocabulary, but everyone was like, what, how, why? And that is, so I want to say that, when I say the most important, it's really common, widely used in my language. But this
Mm-hmm.
is IELTS, so it's totally different. Because of this, we have to use. But if you say protecting, so of course it's correct. Of course it's really better than safeguarding, what is it? But in IELTS, we have to, so sorry about it. I can't do. So safeguarding the environment. Okay, what? You said that maybe they can enforce some laws,
Mm-hmm.
regulations, so they can enforce laws and regulations. So it's like, yeah, so that they put, I don't know, they limit. they can limit pollution. So that is really important. And
Mm-hmm.
they can protect natural resources. So for example, now you can give some example. So what is that? We know that we have carbon emission from factories, from
Mm-hmm.
industry, especially in industrial areas. So they can be regulated. So maybe they can get some penalties. So all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some examples. So you can say, okay, for example, this is an example. Carbon emissions from factories or industries can be regulated.
Mm-hmm.
That is really important. And maybe we can have stricter penalties. So they need to pay for what they do. So maybe it can work, okay? It can work. So they are actually maybe some example that governments can do and can take action in order to protect. So of course,
Mm-hmm.
they can invest in renewable energy, invest in renewable energy resources
Mm-hmm.
so that we can save our non-renewable resources. That is really important. So
Mm-hmm.
this is another way. And of course, I don't know, tax and other ways, campaign, as you said, or for example, that public, as you said, public awareness is really important. So public awareness campaigns, public awareness campaigns are vital, are really important. So we can have them. So this is another way that actually we can save, and governments, of course, not us, but it's about something related to that is government role. Okay. Well, and next question. Now we talked about government. So tell me, do you think individuals can make a significant impact on the environment?
Kids.
Individuals,
Oh.
people, we.
Um. Well, of course, there will individuals can do something for the environment, but it can be as the huge groups. Individuals can we can collect trash or whatever, but it's just a little bit, just a small amount of it. But if we are not like a huge group of people, we will together we will collect like lots of more than individual. So that is the reason why there are so many projects that um, mm, project that there are people should come to their project to go pick up trash together and save the environment. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, very good. So now I want to change your answer a little bit. Your answer was good. Let me change it a little bit. Okay. Well, so you said that yes, of course, and I do agree with you. So I say individuals have the power to make, so we can say, so you can say yes, individuals have the power
Mhm.
to make a meaningful impact on the environment.
Mhm.
But you said that, yeah, we can do a bit, maybe small changes in our daily habits, as you said, picking up trashes, reducing plastic waste, conserving water, public transport, so all of them you can, but we can say, however, the collective effort is crucial. And we say that, yeah, of course, individual, but collective effort, attempt is important. So all of us. But of
Mm-hmm.
course, I can do my bit. This is my responsibility. So we can actually do, I don't know, take some action and do something. And for example, maybe take our responsibilities, even really small, to
Mm-hmm.
lowering our carbon footprint. To what? To lowering, to reducing our carbon footprint, the effect of carbon dioxide that we make, so we
Mm-hmm.
can reduce it. So this is R. And if we do this one together, of course, it can have a really big effect in our environment. So this is about actually this answer. So for example, we can support eco-friendly companies. So nowadays, especially cosmetic and other products, we have some eco-friendly products. So why not, if you buy them, we support. So like organic, natural, so we can use them, why not? So we can support supporting eco-friendly products and companies.
Mm-hmm.
Another way that we can actually help, and that is really important actually. And so of course, so as um, you said that some people together try to, for example, clean up. So you can say we can take part in community, okay, clean up. So that is really communities, cleanups. So just easily we can do this, so we can be a part of it. So why not? Then we can actually change awareness. We can help. So this way. And the next question, okay, tell me, how important is to save and protect the natural environment for the nature and the future and for the next generation?
Well, I mean, it's really important to say of all of that because it can help us a lot for our daily daily life. But nowadays, there's people who are using it too much. It's causing there become less and less than before, which mean that in the future there will be no any resources, natural resources for the people in the future. So I think it could cause some issues the for the people for in their life.
Yeah, of course. So
Hmm.
that is really good, of course. So it's like in the future, we will, as I told you, we will run out of, we don't have run out of natural resources. For example, we will face water scarcity, lack of water.
Hmm.
Water, that is really important, one of the most important. Water scarcity. That is really important. The lack of water in future. So we need maybe if we don't do anything, if we don't find a way, or for example, a solution, maybe next generation will face severe challenges. That is really important. Very hard challenges. What? Cleaner. What? Water scarcity. Food. So everything. And as you said, any vital resources, all of them. So they won't have. So we need to, of course, we need to do something. So that is really important. Maybe all this, all we are do now will affect and will cause disasters due to what? Climate change. So natural disasters, that is really important. Due to climate change that will happen in the future. Of course, we're facing nowadays, but maybe in the future it will be more and more. So this is a danger, a threat for the next generation. Okay, and you know that they won't have any healthy ecosystem. This one is really important because polluted ecosystem, so there won't be any healthy ecosystem. Of course, nowadays we have polluted ecosystem. Okay, well, and just one question. So we have 3 minutes. Ask or not. So it's your choice. If you're tired, I won't ask any other questions. So how it was too much? Oh,
Yeah,
I know.
I will use this time to take note.
Of course. Now please use this time to take
Mhm.
notes. Okay. So, and if you have any questions, you can ask.
Okay. Okay.
Well, okay. So any questions, any issue related to this, right? Yeah.
Um, no.
Okay. So thank you so much and have a
Mhm.
great and fruitful week and see you next week.
Thank you. See
You're
ya.
welcome. Of course. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.